Yeah, we back, baby. I got the PS5 back working. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I said it died, but it didn't die. We back in the building, big chilling. We finally playing some Borderlands a week later. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get this mug started, and then I'm gonna try to pop in on the Real Gaming Talk podcast with my boys one time. But shout out to everybody, man. We in the building finally. On YouTube, we got 6 more subs to 3,000. So we in here chilling, man. Tomorrow is Mama Killzone birthday. Let me go live on Instagram one time. I gotta start posting them Instagram lives, man. I've been tripping. Them reels. Let me see here. Shout out to the boy 100. The Honey Show. Let's get back to it. And here go them streamer bots. Once again, I'm not adding y'all on Discord. They love to come holler at you on Discord. They want you to come. Please come holler at us on Discord, and you ain't got nobody that you can put on. Stop doing. Just stop it. The psychos got hair. That's the funny part. We leveled up. He a fool. Shout out to everybody that's watching, man. We back. It's been almost a week. I'm my bad, y'all. It's what are those guys doing? Oh boy, it's been a lot trying to get this mug back on. Oh, okay, echo location. That's where we gotta go. Yeah, man. And we gonna finally get up on Rumble too. So I gotta just go ahead on and start posting over there. So yeah, man, I'm right now. I've been trying to balance, get my work life balance in order. What up, Tyler? Jesus loves you. He loves you too, bro. Yeah. Yeah, Big Hill Zone is Christian, just for FYI. You know what I'm saying? And I know my Redeemer lives, so you already know. Man, he is not playing. Buddy is not playing with us. Hold on. He is not playing at all. I like this sub. Can I get a shout out? Of course, Spider Gwen 123. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I appreciate that. Hold on. Let me go see. I didn't see it come across the thing. Yep, you sure did. Shout out to Spider Gwen 123. What's up? Y'all go check them out. Go check her out. Yeah, we just in here playing a little Borderlands. We are 5 subs away from. We are 5 subs away. So we're gonna pause for the calls right quick because I'm gonna throw my headphones back on and we're gonna jump in on a Real Talk Gaming podcast. Ooh, I definitely gotta do it with that one. Hold on. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Please make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe for the one time. Hit notification bell so you can tell when I upload and go live. And if you on my YouTube, go hype up the last few videos. Go hype them up for your boy, man. Let me go ahead and jump up in here and see if because they just started. So let me go ahead and jump in here real quick. What happened to Beast? Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna mute my mic. Y'all gonna hear me over there. One second.
Called the motion engine chip, right?
Hold on, Beast. I just want to let you know I'm streaming Borderlands right now, and I've got the podcast. Let me go ahead and put it up there real quick. I got the podcast as the audio for the background.
No
Nice.
doubt, no doubt.
Okay,
We
cool.
appreciate
Cause
you.
We'll keep the F bombs to a minimum.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right, so let me.
I won't do that. I won't do no f bombs. But real quick, since
I'm telling
he hasn't,
myself.
I'll tell myself I had some. I
Yeah.
had some juice today. Um,
Ooh.
let me stop. Let me stop. Real quick, guys, for everybody that's watching DJ stream, it's your boy Hero Beast. It's the Real Gaming Talk podcast. We did 3 podcasts this
Yeah.
week. Um, I know DJ was busy, but he's on playing
Yeah.
Borderlands 4, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about real quick. And we're gonna get on Borderlands too, by the way. It's something I want to talk about for Borderlands, by the way. But real quick, DJ, to get you up to speed. We're talking about that new handheld, that $2,000 handheld, the GPD, that's coming out for $2,000. We
Wait a
supposed to
minute.
have
What?
Yeah, it's a new handheld coming out called the GPD Win 5. That's what it's called. And it's supposed to be $2,000 for the top tier memory edition of it. And it's supposed to have better specs than the base PS5 and the Xbox Series X. So,
Mm.
um, but we always take that with a grain of salt. It's a handheld. It runs on a battery. It ain't gonna run as good as a PS5 Pro. I mean, a regular PS5 or a Series X. And on top of that, they don't make games designed directly for it. They build games up from the ground up on consoles, and then they port it over to PC.
Mm.
That's why PC usually runs worse than the native one. So, um, we're getting out of control with these handheld prices, by the way, and we will get onto the other prices that was just shown earlier too as well. But we're getting out of control with these prices though.
Hmm.
Who's buying that?
Well, I'm not. I'm probably not gonna get a GDP, but I'm thinking about getting the. I'm thinking about getting the trade
Xbox.
selling my ROG and getting it, yeah, because I got the ROG Z one Extreme, so I'll probably sell mine to get the Z to get the
The
Xbox
Z2?
ROG. Yeah, 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 yeah. Because I mean, and it's funny because I have it, and I usually bring it with me to work, or if I'm out and about and feel like, because I keep that in my Switch with me most of the time. So if I'm out, if I feel like gaming, if I go for a walk, and then like I want to go, like I go to a couple different parks, but I go like the Forest Park, which is it's almost well, about half the size of Central Park, so it's a pretty big park. So if I want a game or whatever, I usually take it with me and I'll play it, either that or the Switch. But I just recently, just with me been, with working and family stuff like that, I haven't really had a whole lot of time. But I mean, I think once you have a lot, like once you market these things, and basically, um, the younger generation gets a hold of it, because you got to think a lot of people game on their phone. They playing Fortnite, they playing Warzone Mobile, and then Warzone
Roblox.
Mobile, Roblox. Yeah, so
These are games that are designed are designed to be on those phones too as well. On
yeah,
top of the
yeah, yeah. But
phones
what I'm,
being $2,000 now too.
but that's what
Well,
I'm saying.
if you get
So
some of those fancy phones though from China, you get those Razer phone version ones that allow you to play PC games.
yeah, so that's my thing. Is like, if you market it the correct way, and you can, because some people may not want to have a, like, use their phone as their main driver, because some people like me, I'll play Fortnite on my phone or on my Switch or whatever, and then whatever I got my
You
hand
bring
on
up a
at the
good point.
time, and then it's cross progression, and then Call of Duty same way. I think, I don't know if you could do it with 2K Mobile. I think you can, like, do your my play, not your my player, but your my team. If you earn cards in there and you got it hooked up, I think you can trade back and forth, and then you can use those in game. But it's not cross play. So you got a lot of cross progress, like Pokemon. Like I catch Pokemon in Pokemon Go, and then I move them over into Pokemon Scarlet. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? And
Yeah.
around the other games, because that's what I'm gonna do with Pokemon ZA on my, when I get
Yeah,
that
I can't wait for that. That's what when is that coming out again?
October 17th, I think. And then you got in the middle there, you got uh what is that? Ghost of Yote come out in a
Yep,
week,
on the 12th.
almost 2 weeks,
Yeah, I think it comes out on the 3rd or the 12th.
Jeez, so
on the
many
One of those.
second.
games.
Yeah,
So many
second.
On the
I'll do
games.
it
second.
one of them. On the
Yeah.
23rd though is that Vampire the Masquerade 2.
Yeah.
That's
And
coming
then
out too.
somewhere in there, Battlefield coming out too on the 18th or something.
Yep, that comes out the
And
18th.
then you got early access for the Black Ops beta on the 6th or 7th. And then after that, you got to end the year, you got Kirby Air Riders, Zelda Age of Calamity,
and Metroid. So, but back to the handhelds though, because we got sidetracked. Um, normally Beast be bringing this back, but I'm bringing this back today. So anyway,
But don't forget about the
uh,
Silent Hill that comes out this month as well.
oh, I
Silent
forgot
Hill.
about Silent.
Yeah, I haven't
Look,
heard that much about
I'm
that.
playing my backlog, bro. Like I might I'm gonna get Ghost of Yotei and I'm gonna get
Silent
Pokemon.
Hill F.
I just got no. I'm playing my after I get I'm gonna skip Air Riders for a second. I don't know I might buy that for Sakurai because if Air Riders don't sell well, then we ain't gonna get Smash Ultimate Plus whatever. So I'm trying to I want to support the boy. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But I don't know. Maybe somebody will buy it for my birthday or something. Or pre-order it November 2nd. Anyway, um, yeah, I just think with the handheld market, it's just not marketed. Beast like until they start marketing it and it starts being something that's a compliment to your. Cause think about it. If you got your phone and you playing on it, right? The battery life of these phones is decent at first. But if you always on your phone, like with me making content and stuff like that, my Android is like my day. I got two phones. I got an iPhone and I got because they gave me two for the price of one. And one, is like my work phone, my family phone and stuff like that. But I do my content and I do my gaming on the Android phone. I probably do the same thing because AT&T and Verizon got a deal to where you can get both of those phones for the low. And it depending on how
Right,
many
right.
phones you got, the lower your bill is. So you know what I'm saying, or how many lines you got, because they basically leasing you the phones. So it's I think that it'll be a compliment to having a PC handheld because if I'm on the train and you got a long commute for my people that's in like New York, Chicago, LA, Boston, anywhere that's got a train or you got a long bus ride, my Atlanta, my ATL people, they got a train to ATL too. But those people or people who like gaming like at school, like college students and stuff like that, I think they would benefit from that because you got this device that's not going to cut into the battery life of your phone, right? But it all comes down to the marketing. Like if they don't market it the correct way, like Xbox is doing a decent job with the marketing and the cross play and the Xbox Play Anywhere. But the GDP, I think, is just going to be for the hardcore or the hardcore, the closest thing you can get to a PC. You know.
Right, right. But what I mean by that, right, DJ, real quick, what I mean by that is we got the Switch out. Switch is
Hmm.
already Switch 2 we talking about. Switch 2
Hmm.
is 450 without Mario Kart bucks with 500 with Mario Kart bucks, right? That's
Hmm.
$500 right there. Same price that you would pay for a home console. But then that's the cheapest uh handheld we got on the
Handheld.
market yeah, at the moment. Besides the Steam Deck, but the Steam Deck wasn't cheap like that when it first came out either. And I think the OLED is still more than it. You can find Steam Decks cheaper used, but if you wanted to buy a Steam Deck OLED, right now, 1 terabyte, that's around 700. Around, yeah. Let me just
Hmm.
check the price real quick. Just want to make sure so that I don't lie and say something untrue. 'Cause I don't know. Steam Deck. All right, so Steam Deck OLED is 1 terabyte, right? That's top model. So the
Yep.
OLED starts at 550. So that's the thing that is
Yep.
starts at that. We got the LCD one, right, which is the one that I got. It started for 256 gig, 400. This is retail
Yep.
price. All right, and then for the 1 terabyte, it's going for 649. So that's 650. Um, so those are the cheapest: the Switch 2 and the Steam Deck. Then you got Rogue Ally
Hmm.
was a little more, Legion Go was a little more, AO Neo was a more, and now we got GPD more. Now, the Rogue Ally X that's coming out with a Z2 chip. I'm gonna really break this down right now. I'm gonna try to do as fast as possible. So I give Bobby his opinion on it. The Z2 version of the Rogue Ally, the one that's Xbox is marketing, right? That's probably gonna be around $1,000, 1,500 bucks. Then you got the GPD, $2,000. The performance that you're gonna get out of all of these devices when like I've been saying, the game isn't built up for the ground up based off of Z2, based off of Z1. The Steam Deck does an amazing job because it's Linux, and the fact that a lot of they have the verification system that makes the game play um on the system well, and some games that don't play on the system well. Anything that's Unreal Engine
And it's
5,
optimized. Yeah.
it's optimized enough, but it's not built up from the ground up, but it's optimized enough in order to run. It's using RDNA too. The Rogue Ally, the Legion Go uses 3.5. I mean, sorry, RDNA 3.5. That's what it's using. Then this new Z2 is probably going to be RDNA 4. We don't see that much of a boost for the price. You're going to kill the handheld market. The handhelds cost more than the actual systems that you play in your house that play the same damn games. That you're gonna kill. That's gonna turn people away from handhelds because the price is too crazy. Like for somebody like
Well, I
Bobby's
mean,
not gonna
yeah.
hold up. Bobby's not gonna go out and buy a Rogue Ally X for 1,500.
That's for sure.
He's gonna play his PS5. That's what I'm talking
Mhm.
about. That's what I'm talking about. Back when we had the PSP, now granted, different technology. But during that time, that was cutting edge technology, very expensive too at the time too, because they had the memory fucking cards. The PSP, the first one had memory card problems, like the Vita had memory card problems. But
Mhm.
look what happened when the 3DS first came out. Nintendo said, "Hold up, we're not selling enough 3DSs. We're gonna have to scale this shit the fuck back." Oops, sorry. We're gonna have
Mhm.
to scale this back.
I told you one of us is
uh,
gonna spam it.
It's me because I started getting passionate about it because I remember when the price drop happened when I paid the money for the full price of
mhm.
3DS, but
Oh,
3DS came they had to scale it back. Vita scales back a little bit, but the memory card prices are too high. But you see how that killed the market because then during that time period, people was just like, I just play the game on my phone. I don't care. I don't have to play console games on my phone. We got to a point where we can play console games portable now. Please don't ruin it with $2,000 systems that nobody could afford.
well, I think this is the other thing too, right? I think that we are in a place where people are going to make decisions, and I think that they just have this for option purposes. Because if you think about it, like it gives people like ourselves that are enthusiasts, it gives us a choice of what we want to play and what we want to deal with. So it doesn't necessarily mean that, you have to play um you have to buy this device. It's being made, and they're being made in small quantities because they're not this is not the PlayStation, the Xbox, the Switch, where they're mass producing it.
That's true.
They're only making a finite number of these. And so the hardest of the hardcore are gonna buy it, like myself. And then my next purchase will probably be building my PC, and then I might get a PS5 Pro for GTA 6. And then I'm through. Once I build my PC, I'm gonna future proof it. I might spend a couple bands on it, and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, like I might get, like I say, PS4 Pro. I've been looking for a cheap PSVR because I want to play. What's the name? Gran Turismo. I want to play the Horizon game. I want to play the.
Yeah.
Well, oh, that's right. I'm tripping.
There's also the
You just reminded
Metro
me of some.
Exodus game, and then the Alien game.
Yeah, yeah. You just reminded me about something. I gotta turn. Y'all just reminded me of something. I got. Let's see here. Where is it at? Y'all just remind. Thank you for reminding me. But um,
For which one?
No, I was just reminded me of something about this the meta. I'm in the
Oh, the
Meta
Metal Quest.
Horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got the Meta Horizon. It's too many subscriptions. That's the big thing
Yeah.
is the subscriptions that's out here,
It's
man.
turning
It's
into
so
cable.
yeah. But I think that it's gonna be for the hardest of the hardcore, and then the people who are on consoles gonna stay on their consoles, and that's gonna be it. Beast. I don't think they care, and then they're raising the prices because they know they're not. That a lot of people still on. You got people that still on PS4 and Xbox One X, bro. They still making games
Yeah, I get that. But
like
you know why that is, bro. You know why that
yeah. I
is.
mean, because most people want to just play stuff with their friends. Like I think that the era of like the super hardcore gamer is. I mean, it ain't coming to an end, but it's few of us than it is the casual market that just wants to play Call of Duty, Marvel Rivals, Fortnite, uh, Roblox.
Genshin
It's
Impact.
very few. Genshin Impact. People want to play games with their friends, and
Skate.
people don't want skate. Yeah, people want to Tony Hawk. People want to play the games where their friends are at, and they don't want to spend. And then you notice like when you get a RPG or something like that, they make it like they're making single player games 15 to anywhere from 15 to 60 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna spend forever exploring the world or forever, forever boosted, going back through the world or whatever the case may be, forever grinding.
Yep,
And
I
so
feel you.
that's where we at with it. Like they trying to give people the value, but I'm glad we getting games like Mafia, which is $50. I'm glad we getting games like Silk Song that gives us, a
Which is $20.
hours.
That's
Yeah,
$20, yeah.
like yeah. So it's like I don't think they care that we got that we not buying these systems or whatever. They know if they can get if you selling these between 15 and let's just say the high end 2,500 a month, right? Not a month, 2,500 a machine, and we get 100,000 people to buy it. That's a dub. You know what I'm saying? That's a
Right,
couple
right.
$1 million right there. So we
So I
don't
mean,
need.
all right. So you're saying I these systems are not gonna sell high enough. Rogue Ally X, Go, because they don't make enough of them. I know the Rogue Ally is probably the second best handheld PC selling wise to the Steam system. But everybody wanted a piece of that handheld pie. We know the Switch is gonna outsell everything. We know that Switch One
Well,
is
I
gonna
don't
sell.
know. I think Switch One might, but I don't think since Switch Two. I think they put Switch Two out to slowly move people over because they gonna have to drop banger after banger because the way the
Eventually,
consumer base.
yeah.
Yeah, I know that, but the way that we set up as consumers, everybody wants banger. Like it's crazy to me because I've been seeing a bunch of people talking about Nintendo Switch 2 buyer's remorse, and I'm like, bro, the console just came out. You got Mario Kart, you got Donkey Kong in the first couple months, and you got in-game DLC 2 months after the game came out.
Not enough.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, no, that isn't because then you got Pokemon, you
Coming.
got Zelda, you
Coming.
got Metroid, you got
Fire Emblem.
Tamagotchi Life, Fire. I forgot about Fire Emblem. Yeah, Fire Emblem, Yoshi Story game coming out. You got the Mario Galaxy um coming one
The
and
Mario
two.
guy, yep. For
Yep, and then
$80
for the people,
or
yeah,
$70, whatever, how much it
well,
costs.
40. Well, it's gonna be 70, and then it's gonna be 40 for me because I'm only getting. Hopefully, they sell the
They sell them
combined cart.
they selling them independent.
Oh, okay, but I'm just saying if they got the Nintendo the physical hopefully they send them. They sell the physical separate because I'm thinking they selling the physical together. So if that's the case, I might
They
get
are
both of
for
them.
that one. For that
Oh,
one, yeah,
okay.
they sell it.
Yeah, okay. I might spend it just because, just to have both of them on the same. Even though I got the collection, because I'd never played Galaxy even to this day. Like I started playing. I played a little bit of it, but I was playing more of Sunshine because that was the one that I played. I played, of course, everybody played Mario 64, but my favorite, besides the original three,
You talking about this when you got
was
the 3D All Stars?
yeah. My favorite besides the original three in Odyssey was Sunshine. I liked it. I had a preview of it on GameCube. They had a preview DVD, and at some point I'm gonna probably go through that if I can. I got to see if I can. Well, I got to find me a disk drive. I can hook up and stream that. But yeah, like those were my favorites, and then um, we'll just have to see how it goes. Like um, but with the Switch 2, get back to that. We just have to see how it goes. But I think people expecting 15 different megatons in a month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, to me, it's just ludicrous. It's just, it don't make sense. It's
Well,
unrealistic. You know,
it might be because of the Xbox has been passing out games like candy recently, so it's got everybody addicted to something new. So they're like, yes, give me more.
but hold up though, Bobby. Don't know, but not everybody is not on the Xbox like that.
True.
You got to think about it. Like Mugs ain't on, Xbox like that. They not on there like that.
Or a PC
We
Game Pass.
are. Well, yeah, that too. But it's. I think maybe now it's starting because you see PlayStation Plus. They trying to step their game up with they extra tiers or whatever the case may be. But
Yeah, they need to
I
bring
don't
out more
know. Like
classics. They definitely need more classics.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they did pretty good this month. You got the Resident Evil 2 and 3 on PS1. Then you got Legacy Kane Defiance. So now I can get that collection.
Yeah, you can play the
And
entire
then
trilogy. Because all of it's on
yeah,
PlayStation, like the first Legacy of Kane, second Legacy of Kane, and then the two Raziel storylines, and then the final
yep,
chapter.
yep, yep, and Blood Omen is on there too. So
hmm
1 and 2. So you got the whole joint on there.
hmm You can pretty much play through the entire trilogy all in one day, almost.
Yep.
Right. So let's all right. So we got the handhelds prices. What I meant to say about the basic the conclusion of the handheld prices, right, is the fact that the market is now saturated with Switch, with Asus Rogue Ally, with Legion Go, with A Neo, with GDP, with MSI Claw, with all these devices doing the exact same shit, and the price is just sky high. That's what I mean by it. So now that brings me back to the next topic. We just got news today that Microsoft has raised the price again for Series S's and Series X's. So now if you want to get I think what 2 terabyte Series X is 800 now. I think the 1 terabyte is 700. I have to go through the list again because I have it right here somewhere. But yeah, yeah. So yeah, Series X 2 terabyte is 800. The PS5 Pro, damn, PS5 Pro is only 750. Only 750. Crazy. All right. Series X. So the regular 1 terabyte model, the series when the consoles first came out, they were all 500. We're looking at a
Mm.
$300 increase. $300 increase for the top model. That's only for the 2 terabyte model for Series X, but for the regular one, it's 150 extra. That has never happened in any gaming market. Now we know it's because of tariffs and etc. But Just think about it for a second. Just think about it. PS2 eventually dropped down in price. It got lower and lower and lower. It never raised up. PS3, same thing. You already know PS3 came out at 600 or off rip if you got the 60 gigabyte model, and the 20 gigabyte model was 500. 360, I forgot. I think was 5, and then the Wii was like 4, whatever. PS4 started at 4. Xbox One, because it had the Connect built with it, or came with it, was at 5. The Switch came out at what? I don't even remember what the hell the Switch came out as, how much it came for, but it was like it must have been like 400 for the Switch, 300 for a Switch at the time, one of the two. Um, Now, those all received price drops besides the Switch. The Switch never really received the official price drop like that, right? Because it stayed regular price, and then I think the Switch went up. Even the Switch One went up in price.
Hmm.
This is the
Switch
only
One definitely did.
generation. Yeah, the Switch One went up in price. This is the only generation that we had where it was better to buy the console day one than buying the damn console 5 years later. 5 years later, we're talking five. It's not
Mm-hmm.
even. We're not even talking about 1, 2 years later. 5 years later, so it's more price for old tech.
Yep.
Just imagine how much it's going to be for next gen consoles.
We was gonna get at that. We already know it's gonna be $1,000 for freaking PS6. It's
Mm-hmm.
probably gonna be like $1,000 for a PS6. You know what you're gonna do about it? You can't do nothing about it. It's gonna have new technology. The tiers are still gonna be there probably, and then yeah, because we're already almost done with this. We're not almost done with this generation. We're like 75% done with this generation. They already got PS6 already in their plans. They already started making PS6. The next Xbox is ready to go. Nintendo just released their shit. You know they're not on the same type of timing. But all these cards now are out. Like I was just saying, RDNA 4 stuff is out. Those CPUs are out. That's probably what the PS6 is gonna have RDNA 4. What are we thinking about these prices though? Because this shit is absurd right here. $800
It's
for a two
becoming more.
terabyte.
It's becoming more of a higher luxury than it needs to be, since people generally go to consoles for the cheaper experience, but still have fun playing games. Now it's getting to the point where you have to be a little bit more pricier, so you have to be more wiser with your purchase, because a lot of the games and a lot of the systems are really not worth it because it has issues or something else.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's also it's just I don't know. I feel like we're in a place where I mean I don't know. I guess it didn't sell enough because if they were selling enough, they probably would have bit the bullet and kept it. But it's not. Neither one of it. That tells me that neither one of them is selling at their expectation. Even though PS5 is on track to following the PS4 footsteps, it's still I feel like with the economy and everything else like that, it's not as booming as much as they thought it would be. You
Hold
know,
on,
and then I think
real quick, but DJ, because it's not even about it selling enough. You know that every time these companies make a system, they selling the system at a loss.
hmm
So like they always gonna sell. They're gonna lose money off of hardware and then regain it back to software. That's why we got things like Game Pass and Xbox Live, and why we came for online and PS Now, PS and PS Plus, whatever, Nintendo subscriptions.
Can
They
you
they lose money on all hardware.
can you imagine a
All
good old
hardware.
day if they kept the PlayStation for free and then they didn't have to pay for a subscription to play online games?
I can't see the good old days
hmm
because then we wouldn't have PS Plus and getting these games for free. We'd have nothing. We have to pay everything for it.
Technically, they still had that though on the PlayStation 3. The Plus was just an extra thing, like if you wanted to pay extra things for it, but it never blocked you off because you still had party chat you could still use and you still could play all of your games online for free.
Right, right.
hmm
But go ahead, keep going, DJ. I just wanted to say that part because companies lose money on systems. They gain their money back with
Well,
software.
no, but I'm saying by now though they would have made their money back. You know what I'm saying? by now they would have made the money back and they would have been at a place financially where they would have been straight. But that just tells me they didn't make them their money back for real. That's what it tells me because if I'm a trying to if I'm a person or if I'm a company or whatever and we doing well, we doing fine, right? And I know that usually 5 6 years in, we cut the prices because we starting to turn a profit. So that just let me know that they ain't really getting it like they thought they was gonna get it. They thought that okay, by year 5, we should be on pace to be at the same place that the PS4 was. But again, different economy. You gotta think when the PS4 dropped, we were in a better economy. The recession was over with and stuff. Hold on, right quick. What's that calling?
He got the business ringer. You hear that?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, hold
But
up
like
a
I was
minute.
saying,
Okay,
oh, he's
yeah.
he's back. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, no, that was just my sister call. Yeah, I still got a oh, it came with the internet and the cable. But anyway, um, no, but yeah, I think that's where it's at. Like they didn't get they did. I don't think they got as much money as they thought they were gonna get, regardless of what they post on social media. Them not backtracking or them just saying, okay, it could be the tariffs, it could be all of that, right? That could play a part in it. But by now, they should be at a place where they should be good. But also, you got to take into account the games ain't selling that well either. When you
Cause
got
games coming
Final
out at
Fantasy,
$70.
Yeah, that's
well, I
almost 80.
mean,
And if you're in Canada, almost $90.
but that didn't stop people back in the day, though. That's what I'm saying. Like it is them prices didn't really stop folks like that. Like it did, but it didn't because we got people like again, like I say, we got live service, we got this, we
We
got
got
that,
free to play. We got
free
free
to
free to
play.
play.
Yeah. So now that we got all of that, it's eating away at like, all right, well shoot, I ain't gotta, buy this game or I ain't gotta pay for this. You know what I'm saying? So we at a place where we just at a place where people are not running to the bank to buy these new consoles or buy these new,
I think
experiences. And that's just oh go ahead. Go ahead.
nah. I think that the games is the you saying that the games are not selling as much. It depends on what game we're talking about because some games are getting more sales. Call of Duty has been consistent throughout the years. There's
Yeah,
some
yeah, yeah. Call of Duty, yeah, but I'm talking about your staples like the Final Fantasies and stuff like that. Even though they selling more in some cases, they're still Square is still coming out and saying, "Yo, it's not selling enough on PlayStation. We got to make it multi-console."
but that's exactly why. That's exactly why it didn't sell that much. If they was able to put that on Switch during that time period and not so like for example, Final Fantasy VII remake, just the remake. Um,
Oh, the
not
integrate?
integrate, not integrate and not rebirth. So perfectly fine on PS4. It's so perfectly fine on PS4 because by the time they released it on PS4, they already had established had an install base already. And this is a long awaited game, and they've been waiting for this. Even though Square Enix wants to milk it, they don't want to give you the whole story of Final Fantasy VII. They want to break it up into the regular one. Then they're gonna give you a DLC. Then they're gonna give you Rebirth. Then they will give you the third one, right? It did the first one did perfectly fine on PS4, but at that time, PS4 then sold 100 and something million units at that point.
hmm And then
When
but see, that's where they messed up at too. It was certain game like that game should have been a PS5 exclusive. it shouldn't have came out on PS4 because that would have made people go and buy. Same thing with Spider-Man Miles Morales. If you had put Spider-Man Miles Morales out on, I mean, and I know some of that's the pandemic because
They didn't have enough systems out at
they
that
didn't
time
have
to
enough
make a lot of
systems,
sales.
so it was just like, dang, let's go ahead and put this on PS4. So I think if the pandemic didn't happen, I think that we would have. It still probably would have been like this, but it wouldn't have been as bad.
No, it wouldn't have been as bad. And but that's the same thing with Final Fantasy 16. It came out on PS5 when PS5 had 20 million units sold, and it was a PS5 exclusive, and it was only on PS5, so it wasn't on even PS4 or any. It was just on that generation, that
Hmm.
gen. So, but then making a game on PS5 is more expensive than making a game on PS4. So, what money do you expect to get? Final Fantasy is a household name, but Final Fantasy can't expect to sell Gran Turismo numbers on PS5 because Gran Turismo is like okay, we that's a generational game that is everybody's gonna play on PlayStation 5 for the rest of the generation, just like Mario Kart is. This is just a game you buy that shit once, that's it. Final Fantasy 16, they like, okay, well, we already seen everything online leaked already. What's the next one? So like if they was to sell Final Fantasy 16 now, they would have got more sales out of it now than they did when it came out
Not
before.
necessarily because it didn't really sell so well on Xbox either.
Well, no Final Fantasy sells well on Xbox. No Japanese game sells well on Xbox.
I noticed there's a lot of people who don't like RPG games, but they really want RPG games, which confuses the shit out of me.
Yep. No, no, you're onto something because
They're
that's true.
like,
If
"Oh, we
we're
really
talking
want an
about
RPG,"
Xbox,
and then they're like, "I don't want an RPG that's Japanese." I'm like, "Where do you think
we're
most of
all
them
over
come from?"
we're all over the place. But I do like that this conversation. Japanese games don't sell well on Xbox. Just that's been proven throughout history. On Xbox One,
Well, they
the
might eventually.
original
Like, there is a
three.
Tokyo Game Show for Xbox coming up here in a couple days.
The thing about gamers in Japan is that they stick with the companies that are based out of
Yeah, they
they
feel what's
don't
loyal
care.
to them. They have more of a
Yeah,
loyalty.
exactly. They don't care what Xbox does because it's an American company.
That's why they have a
They're gonna
small little
bash it.
section.
Yeah, that's well, not even that. They when the Xbox first came out in Japan, they bashed the Xbox because the controller was too big. They called it the hamburger controller, right? That was the first thing that they was talking about when the original Xbox came to Japan.
The
360, they
burglar.
made it sleek. They made it look good. They had all kind of RPGs when 360 first came out.
They
They
did the
had
Lost
Lost
Odyssey. Yeah,
Odyssey. Yeah, I'll just say, yep, Lost Odyssey. They had all the
couple Square
Dragon.
Enix games. Yeah.
Yup, yup. And guess what? That it does not matter because
Well, PlayStation
they
had
don't.
the Persona and all the other ones, and now Xbox is getting Persona first, which confuses the shit out of me.
Yeah, well,
Mm.
that's here or there, but Japanese games just don't do well on Xbox. If it's a JRPG, if it's a game, Nintendo and Sony own Japan. Period. Point blank. Period. If
Yeah.
PlayStation came out
Yes.
with a handheld right now and said, "Hey, guess what? Monster Hunter Wilds is gonna run on it, and it's gonna be exclusive model. It'll sell out like hotcakes, just like the PSP used to sell out like hotcakes back then."
Shit, all they need to do is say is that all PlayStation needs to do is make a handheld and say you can play every single one of your games that you own on the PlayStation 5 right now on the.
And that's it. That's all. That's
Yep.
that's literally all you have to do. But that's either here or there. But what we was talking about was the fact that Final Fantasy. This is why I don't. This is why I don't understand why people say this. So they say the same thing for on Deathloop. All the sales for Deathloop wasn't that good. The- It's a P. It's a PS5 exclusive games during the generation where we're still during the time of the generation where we're still releasing games on PS4. I think Deathloop came out on PS4 too, but um
And is we still smack dab in the pandemic. So it's like you ain't
nobody was.
gonna have.
There you go. You got it. You right.
Yeah, it's just that was the main crux of. So they had. I think. So let me ask y'all a question, right? What if
Let's do
they
this.
push back the generation, right?
They
Still
should have.
put out Miles. Still put out the games that was cross gen and be like, we gonna give y'all the P, y'all could get it, or we gonna push everything back and we gonna wait until we got enough to where we ain't gotta have we can beat the scalpers because we got because see Nintendo they beat the scalpers because what was there on the floor or what was there online like they only put a limited number and then they made sure the first batch was you had to be on Nintendo Online. Then they gave you a ticket. You had to get the ticket. Then they put like a limited batch online on the other stores. But the first batch, same thing with PlayStation. PlayStation, if you had a PlayStation account and you could, that's how I got mine. If you was active, you got it. Like I didn't get one on the Switch because I wasn't as active because I was streaming on the PlayStation and on the Xbox. Mainly the PlayStation because you could go on YouTube. But yeah, like it this is where we at with it. Like
Alright,
if they
so
pushed that if they pushed it back, it would have been I think it would have worked a little bit better because you could have made those exclusives exclusive. You know.
DJ is right. DJ is right. They should have pushed it back. And let me explain why they should have pushed it back. The way they was thinking very creative. You know why they was thinking very creative? Because during the time of the pandemic, video game sales were actually up. Everybody was stuck in the house. I see everybody, at least in my area, and a lot of other places, buy all the old games and everything, saying, "Hey, I'm just gonna be stuck in the house. I'm just gonna buy every game system, everything." There's nothing else to do but to play the game, right? So, but that being said, that was buying old shit. That was buying old games. That was buying old systems. That was buying all that old stuff, right?
Hmm.
So the video game sales were through the roof during that time because there was nothing to do. Everybody wanted to play. But a lot of people were buying used systems, and a lot of people were buying, handy downs, and a lot of people was playing a lot of Fortnite and a lot of, free to play games and etc.
There's a lot of free to play games coming out soon. We
Right.
got
Hmm.
Where the Winds Meet, and then we got a couple of MMOs coming out soon.
I'm just talking about the pandemic real
Back
quick.
Yeah.
then.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right. During the pandemic is when a lot of that was going on. So while we had a pandemic going on, to go spend $600, $500 on a system when the whole world didn't know what was going on yet,
Yep.
you couldn't really do that. That's why they should have pushed it back. Had they have
And
pushed it,
the stimmies hit right before the consoles came out. But keep going.
nah, and you know they wanted that stimulus money. You know people was gonna blow the whole thing on that stimulus.
Everybody was
I
gonna
ain't,
milk the shit out of Nintendo's fast too, and it did because everybody was getting onto that Animal Crossing like it was cake.
yeah, and Animal Crossing was big then. Animal Crossing was big then. Um, But that's what all I'm saying was like during that time it was like the video game sales was high, so they like, oh my god, everybody's at home, let's make a new console. Everybody's gonna run out, get the newest shit, and bring it back here, and it's gonna be great. No, because nobody wanted to spend that much money on systems at the time when the world was about to end. We didn't know what was going on.
Mm,
So
yeah, we had no idea what was happening. So, um, yeah, that's shoot, that's the thing. Like, I really do feel in my heart of hearts that you know, if they
pandemic
had a
ruined this
this,
gen.
well, yeah, and then like you said, the game company, everybody like content creation. You had people that had views because you had everybody that was online. You had the streaming platforms paying for. That's how you got the rise of the Casanats and people like that. You know, us, different people that was coming in trying to get a quick bag.
Yeah, cut
You
both
know,
Kai
and
and Speed shot off like super fast, and they were just getting out of high school.
Yup.
exactly, they was just all day, every day blowing, and then not only just playing the game, they in there blowing up. They, shooting fireworks,
Yeah.
Stupid,
dancing,
stupid shit. Yeah, stupid stuff.
got girls falling through, which I mean, but yeah, it's we just living in a different time, and I think that this kind of gave rise to PC gaming more so than anything because the PC, we everybody knows the PC master rate. A lot of people jumped over the PCs too, so that's another thing.
Yeah, people
Because
definitely
you
heading to
had
PC.
shoot, that's why you had them chip shortages and all that. People was buying PCs, bro, and they still buying them. We got internet like in St. Louis. I never thought we would have like game. We got two game lounges with several
All
high end
PCs.
PCs.
All
Yeah, yeah,
PCs.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, one of them had. Well, they do got consoles as well, but the fact that and then the kids is going to them. I would have went. Shout out to my boy JJ and MD Soul over there at Team Capri. They have a event Friday night at Fusion 314. Um, you gotta, you gotta admit that gaming has really evolved and it came a long way. It's just the console part as we knew it, like that we grew up on, is
Go
over with.
figure. I mean,
You know,
imagine people the people who grew up playing the arcades and now pointing at their console systems and now they're like, oh man, it's happening again.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Happening again. You're not playing. You playing right on the freaking PC, and that and
It's like those
um
arcade machines that went from like $1 to $50 to no, it went from $1 to 50 cents, and then it went to like $2, and then it went to 250, and then it went to like I think $3 for one of the big machines
right.
for the
Yep.
arcade.
hmm
Yep. 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 So when it and we gotta blame tariffs when it comes to a lot of the pricing too with everything that's happening right now. Not I'm not talking about the game itself is getting being affected by the tariffs. We know the hardware is being affected by the tariffs, but the games itself, we know that every generation they try to go up at least $10, but then they went up $10 twice last generation, and then trying to mend it into this generation too, and then go on up even higher than that.
hmm
So we got that damn problem too. So then people are like, I'm paying $80 for a game. I'm paying $90 for a controller. I'm paying $50 for a charger. Like it's so much stuff that goes into it with it too as
Hmm.
well. Me personally, I have a lot of chargers around, but I know that I remember when I first got my Switch, and my charger out of the box was defective, and I had to go and buy a charger for the Switch. And you got to get the Switch charger at that time because there was no fast chargers or there was no chargers powerful enough to handle the Switch. You couldn't just go get an Android charger and try to charge your Switch. It'll charge, but it won't charge as fast as you wanted to because it's a powerful system. It's not like a DS. So they had that problem going on, and it's just the fact that the game development too. It costs billions and millions of dollars to make games now. Grand Theft Auto. You know how much money Rockstar had input. Rockstar had put so much money into Grand Theft Auto 6 that they can't even release any other games. They can't do nothing. They have to. All
No,
their
they
money got to
they
go into that.
Well,
they
they
could, but they don't want to. That's the thing, and they don't need to. That's the other thing.
they
Well,
they,
They
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 got
know
Grand
could
Theft Auto
put
Online making money still for them.
they know how much people want to buy that game day one. They are anticipating to the point where how many sales is going to happen. It's going to be more than 100 million copies sold if everybody decides at that same exact time to buy that game. That's how
But
anticipated most people
man
are for
the
it.
whole. I think a third of at least America's workforce
Yeah.
will be off that day. I know. Look, I'm
There's,
already gonna put the day in now, just in case.
there's
Like,
going to be like a news report be like it's like half the workforce is gone and no there's nothing in the stores.
but see, that's a game that's worth it. That's a game that's worth. We can't even deny that. Nobody could deny that. Grand Theft Auto 6
the
come out.
world, man, the
We
world
can't
gonna
do nothing.
stop.
Yeah, yeah, for a game like that, you have no choice. That's a game we've been playing the same game for 3 generations, and still people are still playing it. And then they got the online now for
hmm
Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 6 though. Shoot, man.
And then you gotta think they starting to update Red Dead because at first people people were it wasn't enough people playing it. They kind of abandoned it. But now they put the zombies back on there. People been kept playing it and playing it and playing it and begging Rockstar. So now they probably already started pre-development for Red Dead 3. I'm pretty sure once GTA 6 drop, we probably got another 5 6 years for Red Dead 3, and I think they're gonna finish the story with Jack.
with
You know what I'm
Jack,
saying?
the John's
Yeah.
son.
So, yep. Spoiler if y'all ain't played it, but yeah, that's a 10-year-old game now.
Yeah, Red Dead. But see, but that's the thing with Rockstar too. Rockstar they know exactly what to do. They need to fuck around and oops. They need to put bully mess around and make bully too. I
God,
want
I
that's
bully
don't think
too.
they. I don't think they. I don't think they'll make Bully though,
yeah.
because
That
just
wasn't really a big system seller for them, even when they tried to
well,
remarket it again.
But it
not
would
even
be.
that.
It would be.
The not even that. It's just the controversy with it. Like bullying has became a
True. It's
big hot button topic.
Rockstar don't care about no bullying. Do you see?
uh, hold up,
They
hold up,
don't care
hold up,
about
hold up.
bullying.
You say that
No,
now, but the you. What about Rockstar today? That was Rockstar then. They got new developers.
yeah.
What if they've been tainted like most of the game company out there now?
But look at
I
GTA
think
5
what.
though. Look at GTA 5 though. And look
y-
at all of the DLC that they got for the online. You think they've been tainted already?
Eh,
Well,
It's not toned
they
down.
haven't been. It is, but it ain't. I don't think that's something people expect GTA to be a certain type of way, right? But if they, especially in this sensitive generation, I'm pretty sure GTA 6 gonna be right on the nose, kind of like how South Park is. But Bully is dealing with kids though.
true.
That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They can make it like high school. They don't
No
have to
college.
necessarily
They could
make
put them
it.
in college now.
Yeah, or they could do like college, or they could do even work. They could do like
yeah,
work or something. Like I mean, but but you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
We all been waiting for Bully because guess what? When the first time you played Bully, you thought about how you were in school. At least that's how I did. But not that particular school. But in Bully, they was going out into the streets and doing whatever they wanted, just like Grand Theft Auto. So I don't know, yo. I think
It
Bully
was like
Two
the kid
would
friendly
be good.
version of GTA. It's
Yeah, they had.
basically like a kid version.
I feel like they should I think that that would be a good franchise that they should work on, and another franchise I think they should work on. Not they don't have to make it every year. I like when game developers don't make games every year because we get Madden every year, we get Call of Duty every year. We don't get Battlefield every year, but that's what forces Battlefield to revolutionize themselves because it doesn't come out every year.
hmm
Call of Duty is the same thing over and over and over again, but we love Call of Duty. So they got that formula down pack. Same thing with Pokemon Company. They used to make games every year, but then that started or do they'll make a game and then make a remake of a game. But then that when people start catching on like, oh, we sick of this shit, then they had to go and make Legends Arceus and Legends games and or bring Pokemon Snap back or whatever. I think a franchise they should really bring back and just have back. It's two franchises they should bring back. Besides, I mean, three franchises in general that Rockstar got that they sitting on: Bully, Manhunt, and Max Payne.
Oh, they will never bring out the Manhunt again. That's one franchise you probably will never see pop up again.
yeah, definitely. If they definitely ain't gonna do that, like I think that yeah, no. It's
Too many
too.
people traumatized by running around killing people, and then it gets recorded, and then you have to make points on style kills. A lot of people will definitely be throwing a lot of hate at it.
I mean,
Especially right now. You
that's
know
what
what I'm
Rockstar was
saying?
built for, though. They love that. So
Yeah, but that was the
Uh,
old teams. You keep forget you're assuming that all of the people who worked on those games are still working with them.
the only person in there is Dan Hauser. If you really think about it, and then there's a couple OG people that was there from the beginning, but yeah, like I don't think that
I don't. But why wouldn't you think that? Because you you have a studio that has a game, Grand Theft Auto, where you're basically replicating real life. That's the only game that kinda took off with that. Two, what was that one? True Crime Streets of LA didn't take off like that. Saints Row didn't take off like that. None of them make
Sort
games
of.
anymore. It took
Saints Row
off.
was good, but they fucked up their own selves with the remake for Saint Row.
Mm,
They went too
all
nuts
right.
with the game. They went too nuts with they so they added
Hold on,
studios and stuff.
Beast. Hold
But
on, Beast. Let me I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream real quick. Shout out to everybody that came through, and we gonna keep on rocking so y'all can come over here to X if y'all want to keep hearing the rest of the conversation. I'm gonna hold on, let me share the space, copy the link, and put that in the chat. And we out.
and my fault,
All
guys.
right, go ahead. No,
I
you good.
couldn't I didn't